Welcome to Boring Reviews. Jodi here.
Nick here.
And today we're reacting to another
Jimmy Carr.
And it's Jimmy versus a Glaswegian. Somebody from Glasgow. Heckler. So,
Someone from Glasgow is a Glaswegian?
I'm going to assume.
Is there a place called Glaswegian? Glaswegian? Someone from Glasgow is called a Glaswegian?
Okay, let's find out.
I mean, I'm not saying it can't be possible, but that seems like one of those crazy ones. And there's something on the thumbnail about someone calling him, he looks like Hitler or some nonsense.
Oh, that's good, right? Woo! Yeah. Hey. No.
A Glaswegian? Glasgow?
Glasgow. Yeah.
Glasgow. I'm sorry. Yeah, I butchered that. Wow.
It's okay.
Okay.
And no, I wasn't really trying to be like over annoyingly that, but sometimes you just got to rub it in with his big head.
Sometimes things just come naturally and you just can't hide. Oh, not for you though, for me. Absolutely.
You.
We're going to go ahead and check this out. Thank you so much for clicking on our reaction to this video that we're reacting to. I can't talk right now.
Nope.
If you like our reaction video, please don't forget to
like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video. Sorry, my phone is on a little
maybe it's
charger.
a Glaswegian. No, it sounds like wedgie.
I was thinking like Norwegian. Glaswegian.
Yeah, but that's Norway. It's not Glassway.
Go. Press play.
This way's the glass. It's called the kitchen. Get a glass of water. Here we go.
Good. Well, that's pretty much the first half of my show, ladies and gentlemen. But it's mainly me talking in the first half. Any questions so far? Anything else you'd like to know? Yes. I'm going to presume all the questions are for me. If I'm not being too starry and arrogant. Although there's something about my name in this town. Jimmy! Just sounds right. Go on, what was the question?
Oh my gosh!
Yes, I think if I'm not mistaken, that's one of Wittgenstein's theorems. You'd suck off his mum. He's done you. He has done you. I'm not from Perth, so I may never have to make that decision. You know, you sound like you come from a very broken home. I'm not suggesting you f*** your mum, but only because you wouldn't want to two-time your sister. Why do I laugh like a sexual predator? I like the way that a sexual predator sounds better in your accent than any other. A sexual predator. I don't know why I laugh like that. It's one of life's mysteries. In the same way as why you dressed as a gay lumberjack. We may never know. I like big, thick logs.
I feel like we've reacted to this. Not this title, but this phone, so I was going to make sure.
Okay.
All right, sorry for pausing the video. I thought we reacted to this. It must have just been a few of those parts from other compilations. Let's continue on.
How big's my cock? Well, I'm not sure whether your mother would be comfortable discussing it, but it's... Truth be told, it's quite small, but it smells like a big one. What, sorry? Where's the weirdest place I've had sex? His mum's bum. Classic. I'm joking, of course. It was his dad's. Any other questions, thoughts? Why do I look like Hitler? 999. Who said that? Sorry? Who? What hotel? Well, it's quite a posh one, so it'll have to be your place. I don't think... I don't think they'll let you in. They've got a policy on that sort of thing. And even though I'm not paying you, it looks like I am.
Wow.
Yeah, go on.
Best audience.
What, sorry?
Where's your best audience?
What's the best audience? Well, without being sort of, sycophantic, sir, without sucking up to you,
You guys.
he said in a very patronising manner. Glasgow's pretty good. I mean, that's why I'm recording the DVD here. But I don't know if you noticed the cameras, but it's just a fun place. Well, I'll tell you a quick story about Glasgow, just before we move on. I'll tell you the reason I'm recording the DVD here. The first time I ever came to Glasgow to play at the Stand Comedy Club, I got in the back of a taxi, yeah? And I said to the bloke, because I wanted to make a reference to where was rough in town. So I said, excuse me, driver, where's rough in Glasgow? And he said, for you, everywhere. And then I was on stage later that night, on stage, and I told that story on stage, and all I said was, and I thought this was a comment that was beyond any kind of argument, all I said was, Glasgow is quite an aggressive town. And a guy down the front went, no, it f***ing isn't it? No hint of irony, no, it f***ing isn't it? I thought this place will do for me. Yeah. Do you all like drinks and sweets, yes? Everyone likes drinks and sweets. Do you sometimes get annoyed paying regular prices for sweets? Do you wish you could pay 2 or 3 times as much for exactly the same Maltesers? Because if you do, you are in luck. We're about to have an interval, and this venue is about to rape you. I'll meet you back here in 20 minutes for more jokes. See you then.
He totally just dissed the theater
the
that
whole
he's presenting
venue.
at.
I love it. I love it. But he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
It's ridiculous.
So expensive.
It's so ridiculous. I love going to movies, and growing up, I never bought the concessions because it wasn't my money; it was my parents' money. So now we go, and we don't usually buy the candy because even though I spend $10 for popcorn, which is ridiculous, even I will not spend the $7 or $8 for a box of candy you can get for $1.25 at the grocery store. It's just crazy.
There have been a few times where we've gone as a family and we've each gotten like a box of candy, but yeah, usually we don't.
Yeah, to try to make it a little extra special, or like, oh, we forgot to buy this, and I promised the kids are gonna have some candy. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those things. Like today, I had to go and take my son to the orthodontist to get a new retainer, and those things are super expensive. It's one of those things where you just don't even think about how much it costs. And I'm not saying it because we're rich. We're not. You just don't think, because you got to pay for it anyways. Our car's at the shop right now getting something taken care of. And, these newer cars have all this expensive computer chip nonsense. I have no idea what it's going to cost me. You don't even think about it. You just know I got to find some way to pay it off eventually. But that's kind of how the candy is at the theater. Like, you just don't think about it. What was that? $25 for 3 pieces of candy? Sounds great. Here's my money. But I would not be able to do what he does when you take on the hecklers, because you have to have a bag of tricks as far as comebacks to say in a different variation or iteration. But you're just allowing the entire invisible, shroud to come down, or whatever it is, the curtain to come down, and just say whatever you want to me. Yeah. And you can't let it help you lose your focus. It's just, it's very, very bold. I wouldn't be able to do it.
I wouldn't either, but what I have noticed in watching his heckling, and people are probably going to get mad at me, but he comes back with pretty much the same responses every time. Something along the lines of doing your mom or your dad. It usually comes back to that. And then there were a couple ones where, like, if people ask him what he would rather, he usually gets distracted by somebody else in the audience and then comes up with something that doesn't have anything to do with answering their question usually. But the one about his laugh when he was like, I don't know why, it just is. I was like, oh. And then he did come up with something afterwards, but I was like.
But again, it would be tough to come up with a different joke for every single heckler. So eventually, if you can't think of on the spot, you just go with one of your, I would assume you go with one of your true and tested.
Go to. And
tested and true. I don't know.
I think that's what he does, like when it's sometimes too much for out of things. And it seems like this was at the end of his whole question things.
Speaking of the end and too much, Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you joining us in this reaction. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
Bye.